Hello, Soul Tribe, Soul Family. Namaste. Thank you for coming here. Um, I just wanted to come and talk to you about what Dolores Cannon talks about the background people um, and how that can interact with our twin flame journey. So, there are, according to Dolores Cannon's research, um, people that almost act like extras in a movie. They're kind of like they're they're important in that they populate certain scenes and make us feel like there's many others out there that we can use as excuses to, like, the bandwagon uh, tactic, like, oh, like everybody does it that way, or I don't want, you know, it's the average person doesn't do that, kind of excuse for remaining in the norm, so to speak. Um, we can use that in all kinds of ways when actually these people are more like, they may not even have heart activation. They may be more like, no, I'm not. Everything is reflections of us, okay? So depending on that, they're reflecting back to us certain things, and they will reflect back what's in my mind. So they will reflect disapproval. If I'm disapproving of myself, or an action that that I want to take or think I should take or did take, they will reflect that disapproval, and it will be multiples of them, because we think there's like 7 billion at this time out there, right? And I'm not saying that you know we're the like, I'm not saying, for instance, like, in this projection of reality, there's a couple of different philosophies. Like, there's one philosophy, I can't remember, soloism, I think it's some, like, I'm the only one and everything else is, I'm the one, like, I'm the Godhead, and everything else is a reflection, or they're not really there, they're just interacting with me. And then there's another one where it's like there's different parts of me out there, um, and I'm interacting with myself, and you know I think in a way both of those things are right, right? If you think about, like, a holographic, um, what a piece of the if you've got one piece of the holograph, you've got it all. It will recreate itself. It will be the whole thing. So all that kind of abstract and physics theory, applies. So let's not get so caught up in that right now. But the thing is, it is, and you can delve into that, and if you want to. I did it at one point, and you should do your own research on those topics as you can tolerate it, or as your interest applies. I got a lot of downloads about certain things, I too, about physics, and then I also, like, the physics research corroborated what my downloads. And interestingly, I would get downloads, and then physics would change, to confirm a lot of what I was getting downloads about, or I would hear more all of a sudden. So anyway, but how does this interact with the twin flame journey? Is the kind of the point of this video. I think that there's not so many entities or beings out there, out there. Nothing's out there, as Bashar would say. Nothing's, as many philosophies would say, this is a dream. I'm dreaming it. So it's like my in my book, with the allegory of the Wizard of Oz and Dorothy. Dorothy went into the dream state after she got knocked out in the tornado, and those real entities were in her dream in other personas. You know, the Tin Man, the Lion, the Tin Man, the Lion, the Scarecrow, the Witch, the witches, the monkeys, and but in now notice. So there was some real entities. They were back home when she woke up. They were just them regular themselves, loving themselves when she woke up, except for the landlord who took Toto or whatever. And that's where it gets, um, we could say on another level that is correct, because there's several levels in this kind of dream world, and as we wake up, we're really waking up into another dream. We dreams inside of dreams inside of dreams, and hopefully these some are better, some are worse. um, we wake up, the woke generation woke up to some real horrifying dreams, nightmares, recently in the past few years. Again, now I'm not saying, I'm not denying the experience of that whole situation that entities went through, but unless you were, if you were that entity, that being, that human that went through that, that wasn't, you can't verify that. If it happened, if that was happening to you, you could say, oh, I experienced this. Now I've been through my own. I can say I experienced this. Does that, we'll get into, this is about background people, so let's pull it back. So background people can also be those black hats. So we came into this duality, and I'll just, for ease, white hats, black hats. White hat people seem to, they're loving, they're nurturing, they're earth angels. They've got good intentions. Black hats come here, they've got, the bad intentions. They're selfish. They're addicted. Um, they use others. They abuse others, or they don't have an activated heart space. We call them narcissists, sadistic, etc. They're the ones who make us wake up, or make us. They push us to the edge of insanity and teach us, oh, well, I've got to forgive now. I've got to find a way out of this trauma. I've got to dig inside myself for answers to wake up. So, in the twin flame journey, we will have had background people or situations, shells of human beings. I wouldn't even hardly call them human, and we just receive trauma. Now they could very well be human and have done certain things. Questionable. We can't know. Like, we know they're reflecting to us certain lessons, maybe that we might have signed up for this lesson, and said, how am I going to work my way out of that? How am I going to dig inside myself, and I'm finding out what reality is not. Reality is not this uh, stuff, this changeable, horrific kind of bad feeling stuff. That's not reality. But we came here to experience what we are not. That's, I really like that way of putting that, but also what reality is not. This is not reality. This is a simulation. You know, look at Thomas Campbell, My Big Toe, My Big Theory of Everything, My Big Toe, Theory of Everything, TOE, talks about this being a simulation so that we can, in the vast expanse of eternity, come here and grow, experience more, experience other things. And some people think this is never going to happen again. I don't know about that, because there's been civilization after civilization, supposedly, that's been here doing things. You know, why not do it again at some point every 250,000 years? I don't know, quarter million years, every whatever. But I don't know that there's reason to think that there's, okay, the background people can interfere. Basically, let's get back to the background people can interfere with your twin flame journey. They did a lot of things that caused you to fear becoming one with your twin again. And your twin flame and you share a soul, an oversoul, I believe, but a soul. You will share one soul. And they're almost like, it's almost like meeting it's almost like meeting a god, you know. That's the way it feels to a lot of people. It's like, I have met somebody. I mean, to me, mine is, it's my Adonis, and it can be, you put them up on a pedestal, and there's a reason for that. So these other people, or shells, or whatever you want to call them, background people, can come in and they will try to interfere with that to keep you from getting back together with your own soul. And that's their job. That's their job, to do that. Whether you give them the job or not, it's up to you. And I've hired them myself, in that I've let things and people and fears interfere on this twin flame journey, and they will try to do that. They're the dark forces. You'll see exes come back in. You'll see exes interfering. You'll see, I've heard of like spells being put on. I think I've had a few thrown at me. Weird things happening. Like, I could tell you some stories, like 5 tornado zones converging over my boat and nearly sinking it. Like, impossibilities happening. I literally saw on a map, like, my boat being the center of 5 tornado zones. And the rain for days was incredible. Like, and right, the timing was just weird things happen on this journey. Okay, let's just say that. And you can be tempted by background people. It's going to be really important to keep your ethics you'll be confronted with your ethics. You will. I did. I was confronted with my ethics, my morals. I had to face my darker shadow self And thank goodness I'm an addiction specialist, because I had practice at refraining from addictions or seeing them and moving past them. If you would like help with this, please contact me at malaxmianand at gmail. That is MALAXMIANAND. Ma-Laxmianand at gmail.com. It should be in the description below, and I can help you on this journey. I get it. It is not for the faint-hearted, to say the least. Until we meet again, stay strong. You're not alone, and you are doing this for the good of all of us that are real. We're gonna go home. Namaste, Hari Om. Have a blessed day.